There is an aisle inside every Home Depot that most customers have never walked down. No sale signs, no featured displays, nothing pointing you in that direction. And yet every time a storm warning is issued, this section empties first. Here is what is there and why the people who know about it buy before everyone else. The plumbing aisle, where most people turn around. Most customers walk into plumbing looking for a faucet adapter or a replacement valve. They find it and leave. Nobody browses the plumbing aisle, and that is exactly why they miss what is there. Tucked between the PVC fittings and water heater accessories, most locations stock a hand-operated siphon pump for under $8. That pump feels completely useless until the moment it becomes the most important thing you own. During Hurricane Harvey, homeowners in Houston used siphon pumps to transfer water from hot water heaters into drinking containers. A standard residential water heater holds 40 to 60 gallons of clean, potable water that most people never think about. It is one of the largest reserves of drinkable water already sitting inside your home. Without a siphon pump, accessing it requires disconnecting plumbing lines. With one, it takes 5 minutes and 0 tools. The plumbing aisle also stocks SharkBite push-fit connectors, small brass fittings that connect or repair water lines without soldering, without special tools, and without any plumbing experience whatsoever. You push them onto the pipe and they seal. That is it. Why does this matter in a survival context? When temperatures drop below freezing and pipes burst, the ability to repair a water line without calling a plumber, without electricity for a soldering iron, and without training is the difference between a functioning home and a flooded, unusable one. Contractors have known about SharkBite fittings for years. The prepper community is just now catching on. And that gap between professional knowledge and public awareness is something you will see repeated throughout this entire video. The electrical section, the mistake most people make. When people prepare for a power outage, they think about generators and flashlights. What they almost never think about is what happens when the power comes back on. Power surges during grid restoration have destroyed more household appliances than most people realize. The refrigerator you kept running on a generator, the HVAC system you depend on for climate control, the well pump that provides your water. A single surge during power restoration can damage or destroy all of them in the same moment. The electrical aisle stocks whole house surge protectors for under $50. They install at the breaker panel and protect every circuit in your home simultaneously. Electricians and contractors install these as standard practice in new construction. The majority of existing homeowners have never heard of them, but the item that truly sets this aisle apart sits on the bottom shelf, easy to miss if you are not looking for it. Transfer switches and inlet boxes. These are the components that allow you to safely connect a portable generator to your home's electrical panel without backfeeding power into the grid, which is both illegal and potentially lethal to utility workers trying to restore power in your area. Without a transfer switch, running a generator means extension cords draped across your house, creating trip hazards and limiting which appliances you can power. With one, you flip a switch and your selected circuits, your refrigerator, your well pump, a few lights, run as though the grid never went down. The difference in quality of life during an extended outage is enormous, and the difference in safety is even greater. How many of these items have you noticed in your local Home Depot? And how many did you walk right past without knowing what they were for? Drop it in the comments. I am genuinely curious how many people have already found this section on their own. Now, the next section is the one that surprises people the most, and it contains what I would argue is the single most underrated emergency item in the entire store. The hardware section, the most underrated item in the store. Most people associate the hardware section with nuts, bolts, screws, and brackets, small metal things in small plastic bins. It is functional. It is boring. and it hides something genuinely important. Near the chain and rope section, you will find heavy-duty carabiners, rated D rings, and multi-purpose lashing straps. These are not decorative accessories. They are load-bearing hardware rated to hold hundreds or thousands of pounds. During evacuations, they secure cargo to vehicles. During floods, they anchor equipment above water lines. During structural emergencies, they become part of improvised rescue systems. But the real discovery in this section is much simpler, much cheaper, and much easier to overlook. Baling wire. A spool of 14-gauge galvanized baling wire costs under $10 and provides roughly 200 feet of what might be the single most versatile survival resource you can buy at Home Depot. It repairs fences, it secures shelter components, it creates snare traps for small game. It hangs food supplies from trees to keep them away from animals. It binds tools to improvised handles. It repairs almost any mechanical failure in field equipment. It serves as an improvised lock or latch. And unlike rope or paracord, it holds its shape permanently once bent. You form it, and it stays. If you gave an experienced rancher, farmer, or field mechanic one item from this entire store and told them to survive a week in the wilderness with it, a meaningful number of them would choose baling wire. It is the quiet workhorse of rural America and has been for over a century. And it is sitting right there on the shelf next to the picture-hanging wire in the cabinet pulls, completely invisible to anyone who does not already know what it can do. The safety aisle, what nobody buys until it is too late. Most customers come here for smoke detectors and fire extinguishers, standard household items, nothing that feels urgent. But this section stocks items for a category of emergency that almost nobody plans for until they are standing inside it. Chemical exposure, gas leaks, smoke inhalation, airborne contaminants, full-face respirators with replaceable cartridges, rated for organic vapors, acid gases, and particulate matter. Chemical-resistant gloves rated for handling hazardous materials. Emergency escape hoods that provide 15 minutes of breathable air in a smoke-filled environment. These are not items most households ever think about purchasing. But during wildfires, industrial accidents, and train derailments carrying hazardous cargo, they become impossible to find at any price. Every store within 100 miles sells out within hours of the first news report. The experienced buyers, the contractors, the industrial workers, the property owners who live near rail lines or chemical facilities, they already have these items stored at home. They bought them on a Tuesday afternoon 6 months ago when the shelves were full and the prices were normal. That timing difference, buying when it is available versus buying when it is needed, is the single most important concept in emergency preparedness. And this aisle is where that concept becomes most visible. The outdoor power section, the section that empties first. This is the section store managers watch most closely when storm warnings are issued. Portable generators, inverters, power stations, solar panels, and fuel storage containers. Before Hurricane Ian hit Florida in 2022, this section at Home Depot locations across the state was completely empty within 18 hours of the evacuation order. Not low on stock. Empty. Every generator, every inverter, every solar panel, every fuel can. Gone. The item that sells out first is not the largest generator or the most powerful inverter. It is the small, quiet inverter generators in the 2,000 to 3,000 watt range. $400 to $800. They run 8 to 12 hours on a single tank of gas. They produce clean enough power for sensitive electronics, and they are quiet enough that your neighbors 2 houses away cannot hear them running. That last point matters more than most people initially consider. During extended outages, a loud generator broadcasts to everyone within earshot that your household has power, which means you have fuel, which means you likely have supplies. In prolonged grid-down scenarios, operational security becomes a real consideration. Quiet generators are not a luxury feature. They are a security feature. The advice contractors give consistently: do not wait for the storm warning. Buy it on a Saturday in March when shelves are stocked and prices are normal. The people who buy generators during hurricane season are paying more for less and learning how to use them under the worst possible conditions. If this video is changing how you see your local Home Depot, a like genuinely helps push it to more people who need to see it. One tap, and it makes a real difference. Building materials, what contractors know. The final section ties everything together, and it is the one that separates casual shoppers from people who have actually been through a crisis. Plastic sheeting, construction adhesive, expanding foam, roofing tar, self-tapping screws, metal flashing. None of it looks like survival gear. All of it becomes priceless the moment your home takes damage during a storm, a flood, or any event that compromises the building envelope. A torn roof is not an inconvenience. It is an emergency. Water pouring into your home destroys electrical systems, creates mold within 48 hours, and makes the structure potentially uninhabitable. A roll of 6mm plastic sheeting and a handful of screws can create a temporary weatherproof barrier in under an hour. Construction adhesive, the polyurethane variety that cures in wet conditions, bonds to wood, metal, concrete, and masonry, even in the rain. Expanding foam fills irregular gaps and cracks for under $10 a can. After tornadoes, FEMA assessment teams consistently observe that homes with sealed building envelopes, even heavily damaged ones, remained more habitable than homes with minor damage but compromised seals. Contractors see these materials not as construction supplies, but as tools for maintaining shelter integrity under any conditions. That mindset, the ability to look at a sheet of plastic and see a roof repair, to look at a can of foam and see a sealed home, that is the real difference between this aisle and every other aisle in the store. Closing everything in this video is available right now at full stock at normal prices in the store closest to you. The only variable is timing. Whether you buy it before you need it or after, when the shelves are empty and the prices are not the same. Subscribe to Collapse Crate. Next week we are covering the one currency that replaces money after a collapse. It is not gold.